and welcome back to another episode of Selkie Life. I hope you're all having a great holiday season in whatever way you humans choose to get your parties lit. Being from the ocean, I never really could understand how a human gathering could be on fire, but if you think about it, I mean, how could they not? Birthday candles, duh. Oh, and speaking of candles, Hanukkah. Though I think that putting candles in a menorah, which is designed to safely hold candles, is infinitely more practical than sticking them in a cake or some other pastry. Oh, and Christmas. Let's not forget about Christmas. Though coming a little late into the practicality game, in recent decades, thanks to the advent of incandescent and then LED lights, the amount of Christmas tree fires has plummeted. Yep, you stop lighting candles on the ever-drying out limbs of pine trees and wow, results. Great job, humans. You saw a heat problem and you fixed it. Keep it up, the oceans are getting very warm. Anyways, speaking of trees and heat, we've reached the point of my update. I'm doing a baking video. Yes, I have been observing what's been trending on YouTube this time of year, and you humans seem overjoyed to inundate my feed with holiday baking tutorials. So of course I wanted my part in this human trend. So I scoured my surroundings, looking for something that would inspire me, that I could present to you to help your holiday season be that much more festive. Yes, I know. What does this have to do with trees already? Well, I'll tell you. If you recall from my prior videos, the English word bark, the outermost layer of a tree, is a homonym for the Selkie word bark, basically meaning fish.
And that one is bark also?
Oh no. That's back. More of an umlaut.
More of an umlaut.
Yeah. I discovered this the other day when I was in a human store and saw them selling peppermint bark. I thought, what an adorable holiday idea. I mean, what fish eater wouldn't want a candy version of their favorite piece of poisson, as the human French people would say? Much to my disappointment, I discovered I was seriously mistaken. They're just these square little things. I mean, they're not fish-like at all. Clearly this was a fishy opportunity that got away, but I can't think of any human to help me reel it back in better than a fisherman. Unfortunately, James wasn't available this time around, but don't worry, I enlisted the help of a mutual friend of ours, Captain Kevin. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Kevin. Kevin has been a fish boat captain for years and is an expert on all things fishing.
Well, I have been around the Sound a few times, organized a few beach cleanups, fought through a few storms, wrestled the occasional shark, almost lost me ship to a giant squid. But if there's one thing I've learned in all my years at sea that I might impart to all of ye, it be bad luck to kill a seabird.
So, anyway, Kevin has kindly lent me his kitchen because my landlady doesn't really let me cook anymore. Let's just say my last attempt at throwing a fun mermaid-themed get-together got kind of lit, too.
Might that be the reason why you're not using your own galley?
Megan, what are you doing down there?
Set up your alchemy, cookery. I mean, it's basically the same thing. I mean, nothing to get upset about.
Oh, all right.
Okay guys, so today we're going to show you how to make something really nice to bring with you when you go home for the holidays.
You know, we first met when you were going home for the holidays. She gave me quite a fright, you know. James forgot to mention that Megan is a Selkie like his wife. I thought I was just giving his fishing enthusiast friend a free ride to all the Sound's best winter fishing spots. I should have guessed something was up when she had no winter gear or fishing tackle and only a suitcase. And I nearly had a heart attack when she heaved her suitcase overboard and hopped over along with it.
Guys, I still feel so sorry about that. It's stressful going home, and it completely slipped my mind how unsettling it might be for a hypothermia susceptible species such as yourself to witness a perceived human diving into ice cold open water.
Aye, to say the least.
Well, I'm gonna make it up to you today with today's tasty treat. Okay, so today we are going to be making peppermint bark, but not like the tree. We're making fish-shaped chocolates, or in other words, peppermint bark.
That is one of life's greatest tragedies, how the finer points of Selkie humor is simply lost on us human folk.
Well, at any rate, like any proud mystical sea creature living on land, I like to collect things that remind me of home. And this fish-shaped mold would be perfect for today's project.
Well, what ingredients will we be using, Megan?
I'm glad you asked. Okay, so all the recipes online are basically this. 8 ounces of white chocolate, 8 ounces of semi-sweet, slave-free chocolate, 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil, half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract, and of course, crushed and crushed to powder candy canes. And then you say some sort of catchy line of encouragement.
Catchy lines of encouragement?
Yeah, all YouTube baking content creators have some sort of catchy phrase like, let's get started, come bake with us, or something like that. I got it. Let's get lit.
Well, as long as I have the fire extinguisher handy.
Okay, so let's get lit. Okay, so I know all the recipes say to put the candy cane chunks in last, but we're going to do a little backwards today, and you'll see why towards the end. Okay, so now we make the white chocolate, melt it down, and add 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and stir it evenly. Much more workable now. Pour the chocolate in so that it covers half the mold. Tap the mold a bit to get all the bubbles out, and pour some of the peppermint dust on top of it. Then, put it in the fridge to chill for an hour. Then, sing sea shanties with a Christmas flair to pass the time. Just Christmas Eve when we set sail, and we were not far from the land. When Captain spied a lovely mermaid with a cup of hot cocoa in her hand. And now that the white chocolate is solid, we repeat the previous step with the semi-sweet chocolate, but also add peppermint extract after adding the last teaspoon of vegetable oil. Then chill it again. And now, with the magical power of film editing and not dodgy spells that I find online. Ta-da! Peppermint bark!
Hey, may we try one?
Yes, please.
Aye, these be worth the risk of me setting me galley ablaze.
Gavin? I just discovered something important. I don't like peppermint bark. Oh. Well, I guess this is a good spot to end the episode. Bye guys, be sure to like, save, and subscribe like my cousin Joe once said.
Aye. And be sure to look out for more episodes and more adventures on the high seas. Happy holidays, safe holidays, and remember, don't kill any seabirds. So do you know any Jimmy Buffett?